Sure.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to hashtag Give a Sister a Hug. I have this is your girl Alta Erica. I have my good friend that always support me, that always supply all my bad stuff, and she know it's not right. I have Jen on the chat with me today. We're gonna talk about some of the stuff that's going on, ladies, and oh my world, we have a lot going on in the world today. And I think it's something to talk about because it's affecting everybody and just a lot going on. You know, thanks Jen for tuning in today and having this chat with me about what's going on in the world today.
It's not a problem. It's just, it's not just today. It's really an everyday thing. It's just some of it's
Yes,
just as publicized as, the George Floyd killing. But it's an everyday thing.
it is. I was just sitting down looking at the video on Facebook about the two teenagers in Georgia as we was talking about before we started. I mean, those kids was handled pretty rough. Like they was, oh man, they was treated like hard down criminals. Like they tasered the kids. They didn't ask them a question. They just walked up to their vehicle and just bust the windows out, tasing them, pulling them. Like they just manhandled those kids. And the little boy ended up, his arm was broken. He had stitches. He had bruises all over his body. Like it's a lot. It's scary.
It is. It's, it's kind of like, um, I don't understand. We don't get our time in jail. You know, if you did something, did a crime, I think
Yes.
should get the equal amount of time as our other counterparts. I think we should actually see jail and live actually go to trial.
Right.
You know, if I did a crime, at least let me go through the process like everybody else. You know,
Exactly.
I mean, don't kill me. You know,
Let me have my day in court.
right? Especially if I'm unarmed, I'm not trying to kill you. I mean, there are some cases where they are shooting back, and of course, you have to do what you have to do. You
Because
can't
just
be else start you. But those are not the cases. These people have been unarmed. Some of them were the young man in Texas. He was in his house,
right.
very armed, in his house.
In his house, he was chilling.
Even if he was armed, he was in his house, and somebody broke into his. She broke into his
To his
house.
house, right.
It's like cases like that. It's an injustice.
It is. And then with all this, I'm like this. I'm with protesting, but all that looting, damaging property, we could do a lot of stuff in a different way.
Well, uh, people are tired. You know, some people come in protesting for the right reasons,
Right.
and some come for to take advantage of
The
you know
protester.
the protesting. And it's like that's what gets the most highlight is when you're tearing the city down, but you're losing the word or the message of why we're actually out
Protesting, exactly.
there.
And that's why it become this big old clash and this big fight because you got people that's looting when we trying to stand for a cause. And the
Right.
cause is being taken away because of the looting and the crime and the violence and stuff like that. The purpose is still not being heard because now you gotta deal with this whole looting, the crime and stuff. I was just looking at just a few minutes ago. There was live one of Amazon distribution companies they set on fire in LA.
Wow.
I mean that's a big old fire.
And it is. I mean, want to, shed light here on the looting of it because it gets a lot of trail already.
Right. So we need to talk about the protesting, like
Yeah,
the
like what's actually, the problem. I was watching the Atlanta mayor Ellen, and she said, you know, we've done all the protesting and the petitions. What is it that we actually
right,
know? What is to come from this? You know, I mean, my grandfather mentioned the other day he's 91 years old, and we are still doing.
right. Nothing's changing.
I mean, the only thing we have changed is, like I said, we have limited freedom. We're not free. We have limited freedom,
Very limited.
and I think that most of them want us to realize that we are limited. You know, um, and I hoping that by the time my grandchildren, my great grandchildren come along, that that this process has changed, that process has changed.
Hmm.
But it has to start somewhere. I
It
mean,
does.
this has been, and I don't see what all, besides we've got voting rights.
But
They
look
try,
how long it took us to get that, though.
yeah, they still scam that, you know, um, and everybody is like, everybody lives matter, and yes, that is true.
That is true.
But they don't kill everybody like they kill us.
They
You know,
find all. I mean, it's like they find all
it's
kind of ways to keep
not
us down.
right. It's like this is our new hanging. They can't hang us anymore. Well,
Right,
they probably try, so they shoot us instead.
right.
So, um,
They use the jail as our new hanging,
yeah,
cause that's we could lock them up like cage.
but we don't go to jail. That's why we're not in jail.
Nope.
So, you know, um, there's just so much pain, and then being in the pandemic, and then having this top of, you know,
The pandemic, it kind of like do. I often ask, even looking at my timeline, are we still in this pandemic? Is this pandemic still going on?
right,
Like, is this pandemic, is Corona still alive?
right,
Because you don't hear no more about that no more.
right.
It's like you don't know what the next day looking like, the next hour.
No, like we said on our last chat, you know, all we can do is just live.
Right. Live for right now in this moment at 6:23,
Yeah, and that's what God wants us to do anyway. We live our lives each moment that we.
and not think about all the material things. It's some things, even with everything that's going on, um, me myself personally, I have really been thinking a lot. Like I really been like I really don't feel like I was living before because I'm working this, that, moving. And now since I've been home, I'm able to relax, not stress, not focusing more. And I talk about making decisions today on my daily talk. And I've really been thinking, and I'm gonna make a move that I think I need to because number one, I'll be taking care of my mother and
Mm-hmm.
I'll be happy. Because I get up, even though we have the pandemic, we have this riot, we have this going on, but I'll be living and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not stressing,
Mm-hmm.
getting up, stressing every morning.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we need to live, like we need to live and be happy instead of stressing because we wasn't doing that. And it's just like, is this our new norm now? Is this our life turn changing? Like we going through a major life change right now.
Mm-hmm.
It started with Corona, a major life change. Now we have this, like we going through a major life change, and it's like everybody trying to soul search.
Well, what police this happened, what, maybe 5, 6 years ago?
Right.
Been about that long, give or take. And, you know, it's almost like this is what we are expecting. You
Mhm.
know, like, but the pandemic, that's new. Well, that's new for us.
That's new
But
for us.
in our generation, yes, this is new for us. This is something new for us, But I mean, all this 2020, if it doesn't do anything else, everything that has happened in this year should have been more of an eye opener. You know, um, COVID took out everybody, and it didn't care about what race you were.
Right.
It didn't care if you were black, white, Chinese. Uh,
Fat, skinny, small.
it took you out. You
Yes.
know, took a lot of people's loved ones out. So um, I think if anything, people should that should have brought people closer together because
Yeah.
you know who it could happen to. And it was based off of a lot of fear when it first came out. So um, and I read on Apple News, why is um George Floyd killing so escalated now?
Right.
I think that because of the because people have time to think. People have lost their loved ones. They know how it feels to just lose something,
Just
because
like that.
I think it gives people the time out to think because nobody's at work and running around everywhere. So now people eyes are a little bit open to
What's going on?
and why is like Black Lives Matter and not like everybody lives
Else
matter.
matter. Right.
You
We all
and
had that time of quarantine inside to think about a whole lot of things. And when people start dying from corona, like just sudden like that, the pain set in.
yeah, I've had friends who is gone.
Yes.
Friends have um friends who remember has gone through it. You know, um, I have someone that's close to me. He has survived it,
Hmm.
and it's like you know this should bring about change.
It should. And a lot of closeness.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like I have a lot of friends who are white, you know, and they have such beautiful hearts, you
Right.
know, and having to tell them my prayers for my children is unfortunately different from
Your parents.
prayer for your children. You know, I had to tell my son when he was in college, you can't run at night.
Different times.
You know, can't you can't run at night. You can't run at night with a hood over your head. Definitely not with a hood over your head.
You
You know,
got earbuds on.
and unfortunately, the things that you do with your friends. um, if one gets in trouble, you're gonna get something totally separate than what they're gonna get.
Right. Because
And
of your friends, your different friends.
yeah, um, my youngest child is almost 17,
Hmm.
250 pounds, and 6'2".
Wow.
And he looks like he will kill you. But he has this, you know, but he's a great child,
Right, and he's
you
just a
know.
baby.
But his height and his
Wait.
you know, I have to tell him the same thing. You have to watch where you go.
And you have to watch who you with.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be that way. We all should be able to hang out together. We all should be friends. I have a white friend. Like me and my friend Summer, like Summer and her family came into our lives during Katrina.
Hmm.
So, it's like all that changes and like they did everything to love us, take care of us and everything. So it just changed the dynamic now. Are we gonna still have those relationships? Are those relationships gonna be compromised?
Well, friends, like, they're we're really close. They're really supportive of what's going on in the world. They're not blinded to it.
Right.
They do understand. They, of course, they can't feel or
Understand.
understand well, they can understand. It's just
Not on our level.
they don't know what it is to actually go through what we have to go through, but they do understand. You know,
Right. Hmm.
um,
They don't
they
understand
see
the
it. They
level.
feel like they see it, and of course, no matter what color you are, human, it's a human life that's being lost. That's not what they want.
Right.
You know? And true friends don't want that for you. They don't want your family to go through.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, there's friends that my grandfather had since the civil rights movement. They've been friends for years. You know, it's just an injustice because there's evil in this world.
Right.
People have evil hearts, and they feel like this is right.
Right. And it's not right.
No, it's there's nothing about that that's right. You know, it is not right for there to be black on black crime. It's not right for there to be white on white crime. For you to think that you have the authority to take anybody's life is just not right.
At all, because you're not God.
You're not God, you know. And for those who don't even believe in God, you still have no right to take nobody's life.
None at all. Like
You don't give a right.
I think that's what's missing.
Yeah.
That's what's missing, that godly piece of the whole puzzle, because you got a lot of people that don't believe and love, like that part. God want us to love each other, and
Yeah.
that's missing. And I think that started when they took the prayer out of school.
Well, most of all, like for you to um I think a lot of these hate groups, if we took your mom, your child, or someone close to you away, how would you feel?
Hmm.
That feeling right there is how we feel when you take our children.
Exactly.
You know, um, that is something that you can't take back. So you can't give us our child back. We can't give you yours back. This is how that feels.
And just the pain we feel. So
Yeah.
as a mother, Jen, with two boys, like how is that for you? I don't have kids. I don't have a son, but I do have nephews.
Hmm.
But as a mama, to
Hmm.
have to have those conversations where you can't have this type of friend because you know if you have this friend, this is you're gonna be treated this way. That friend is gonna like how it is to have that conversation with your boys.
Um, well, one is um, I don't racist because even if you can't be racist,
Hmm.
too. And I don't condone them, and I don't tell them, hey, what, stay away from white people, they're scary. But I do tell them that some white people don't like it. You
Like,
know, that's the reality.
yeah, they
You
don't
know,
like it.
um, like I said, um, my biggest fear was when my son went to college.
Why?
You know, my biggest fear is still when my youngest son goes to college.
Right. In
Um,
this moment in time.
yeah, I didn't sleep well because he wasn't he didn't come home. Because he stayed, in Hammond, and I just didn't sleep. You
Because of the worrying and the not
know,
knowing.
you know, um, one day, one I didn't talk to Robert for 2 days. He didn't call me in 2 days,
What?
and I was at Hammond. I was in Hammond
Where you at, Rob?
day. And
You have to kick the DJ Jimmy move. Where you at?
in orientation, they were like, parents can't come on campus. And I was like, shit,
This parrot.
I'm coming. I don't remember what y'all said. So, I mean, I was there. I was there and I was looking for him. And, like one of the campus police came and they were like, ma'am, you can't be here. And I was like, sir, as much things that happen on these campuses, I give a damn about what y'all say. I want to know where my son is.
I
You
want
call
to
me
know.
2 days, I ain't leaving. So y'all figure out what my child. So I happened to walk up and he's like, oh, what are you doing? I was like, I'm talking to you 2 days. I was coming.
Coming with the troops.
You know, I was coming. I didn't care. I didn't care about, I'm not supposed to be here. Hell, I paid to be
Exactly. I
here.
said to be.
To be here.
I think I got a small saying. Come
I,
here.
I paid Southeastern. I'm coming on these grounds. So,
Like my good voluntary.
yes. Yes, I'm coming. So I don't care about what y'all say. But it's hard.
It
It's
is.
I pray a lot. I pray for them a lot. Um my daughter, my son, my having a black daughter, and I see they're taking our daughters just as much as they're taking our sons, you know. But my growing fear is with my boys,
Yes.
you
It
know.
is a growing fear. You know, even with my nephew, I have a younger nephew that goes to school in Chalmette, and it's the growing fear, like, it's, how they treat him, and how is that gonna change his next school year? Him going
Right,
there, like I worry about that with my great nephew, even my nephew.
right. It's we watched um, the funeral yesterday, and when they said, stand for 8 hours, I mean almost nine, you know. Well, not 8 hours. I'm sorry, 9 minutes. It was like 8:50, 8:47.
How about I say that's
That's that's still long.
it is.
If you don't have asthma, for somebody to have, if anybody had asthma, just a second of not being able to breathe,
I know what that feel
is,
when your
yeah,
lungs get tight and
yeah. So
you can't get no air down there.
right. This man saw his own. And you know, it's so emotional. Like I I cried and I cried, for my son because that could be him.
Right.
That could be my youngest child.
Yep.
You
And
know,
it's scary. Like for me, it was I watched part of it, but I was like, "Ooh, I can't take this." It's a emotional time because you think about and you looking at his face and you seeing your family. Like
mm,
it was. I didn't watch it all. It was too emotional. For me, when you see men crying, I'm like,
yeah,
too heavy for me.
because
This kid should have got too high.
it's a hurtful thing.
Hmm.
Um, and this man saw his mom, and I've done hospice for many years. Even with my grandmother.
When they start seeing family members,
Right. That's what my grandmother did before she died. And, like she saw her parents.
right?
You
My mom, my uncle did when we was at the hospital with my uncle. He told my mama, he said, "Oh, Ree, I seen mama, and
know,
mama got your baby." And I'm like, and my mom was like, "It's close. He ain't gonna be here."
mhm,
And sure enough, like
yeah.
it's kind of hard. Like it's sometimes it's for me. Well, everything that's going on, I kind of shy away from the computers, the news, and all that because it's just so emotional. Where all this going on, you just don't know. Like you just don't know what's gonna happen. Like they doing this, they doing that. You just don't know what happened, and I try to shy away from it because it gets so heavy
Mm-hmm.
to you don't know what to do, and that fear starts setting in, and
Mm-hmm.
that's not what I should be fearing. Like fear is not a spirit that I shouldn't have, but you just don't know. It's scary.
I think, like, where do we go from here? You know, I think chokehold should be illegal.
Mm-hmm. That tasing stuff.
I think the taser should stay. I think they should stay, and this is why. You can live through a tase.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but don't that
Well,
electric
it,
can
it,
have.
it depends on if you have like a medical device like a defibrillator.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but and then it depends on what dose they set on.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Don't they have some kind of vultures and stuff like that
Yeah,
hit your heart and stuff?
yeah. Oh, but it shouldn't be. It should be aimed. I think they have key points of where they aim it. I think the back your legs. I don't think you should you I don't think you're supposed to aim it to the heart. I have to ask my dad, but I don't think it's aimed at the heart, you know.
The legs or something like that, or the arm.
Yeah. But um my dad's been a police for years. He's been tased. What y'all gonna do is the restraining, and I mean it's not no fun,
That seems like that should hurt.
yeah, I've been tased. It's not like from, training, and it is not that great.
I think the body count should something that should be enforced. I think all police officers should have body cams.
And I didn't even hear them say anything about his body cam being on, but I know they said that he was actually beat up in the car, and then they brought him out. So what was the purpose in that? I was like, it's like they shouldn't have second degree. That was first degree murder. You did overkill to this.
Was it? I think it was more personal because wasn't they saying they worked together or something?
They did. They were like they worked at a club together, both security at a club. You know.
I wonder was that personal?
Well,
You know how they don't like us over them and all that. You know it.
and he's gone. We'll never hear the truth from him.
Exactly.
Now the truth of what really went down between them.
We
It's
all gotta
just
speculate of what happened
right,
and not know the truth.
right. But I feel like instead of speculation, I think that we should get to the point now. What is next?
Right.
You know, we have a dictator because I just don't see him as a president. He's more like a dictator to me. You
That's our
can't depend,
problem.
you can't depend on this child to do anything. You know, so it's really up to the states. It's up to our governors to lead us. You
Right.
know, and at least in Louisiana, we have a governor that has a good bit of sense. You
Yes,
know,
we do.
he's not riding on his coattails.
No, he's
You
he's
know,
doing it for he's doing the right thing. He's going
yeah,
about it the right thing, the right way about things for Louisiana, which I like
right.
him.
You know, our mayor was our mayor now. I seen in New Orleans where the police used tear gas and stuff against protesters.
That was the other night.
Where, why? What was the purpose? And why have she not spoken? Every other mayor has spoken, said something, and
She have not spoken in a minute.
she has just been silent.
She does. I think. I want to say I seen her today doing. I think, but it was about this tropical storm thing, but not as far as protesting or anything. She haven't
Right.
said anything, but
But our last mayor that we had before her was a lot more vocal. Like he didn't stand for this either. He was not for, you know, um, police violence, like that either. Miss Landry, when he was in office,
yeah.
he, he didn't stand for that either. So, um, I don't know. I don't know why is it that she hasn't
She's so
spoke.
silent now.
I
She
told her,
haven't even been saying anything. I don't think she have said anything about the more about Corona. I know the last thing she posted was that we wasn't moving to phase 2 today, but haven't said why we're not moving to phase 2. And again, it could be that something may have came out. And like I stress all the time, I don't watch TV. It's so stressful. Like TV for me, the news for me, I would be a crazy lady. I'd be in a crazy house.
I don't really, I don't really watch the TV. I read more than I watch the TV because I can kind of control what I
Little rewrite. And that's
read.
what me and my mom, we don't even, if the TV's on, it's not, I know my mom, I don't know where old girl think she getting the house from, because she be watching the DIY channel.
Well, she's over her to watch all that.
I don't, between the DIY and the pool people, I don't know if somebody told her she get in the pool. But that's
She,
huh?
she may just be. It's just like let her
Yeah, like, I'm like, that's what
her.
she watch, and I've been on Netflix, so I've been watching the Dynasty episodes. Like,
He told me that the other day, and I was like, wait, the old dynasty?
no,
Or
this the new, this the what the episodes on the Netflix. No, this the new, and their account. Let me tell you, all I can say about them, they do not need no enemies, cause they're their own worst nightmare.
right, right. And it's been like that with them.
Yeah, so we don't watch the news. Like even when Corona hit, when the pandemic hit, we stopped watching the news and everything because it just was so much information out there to your mind you can't process. And when you do start really processing it, you become stressed out. So
Right,
I don't really watch the news. Get into it all the time because it's just so much to process.
right.
And a lot of you just don't know what's the truth, what's not the truth these days. And
Well,
when they started adding this whole protesting and
it's a lot to take. I kind of feel it's like we have never stopped protesting.
we
It's
always
been forever. Like each generation has its time to protest. You know, um, my grandfather did it. My great grandparents
right.
and this.
And our mamas and daddy.
Yes, so it's like when are when are we gonna ever have a peaceful moment to where we don't have to?
We don't have to fight. We don't have to fuss. Just
We always we are always we are always fighting. You
that's what
know,
make us so strong.
yeah. You
That's
know,
what makes us. That's what makes us a unique set of people because everything that we have, we had to fight for it.
right,
And when we get in a situation like Katrina, we're able to pop back
right. You
because
know,
we go through so many fights. We have to fight for this. We have to fight for that, and that's what make us so strong.
right.
But if we would just all get together, because
Put
we
put some sort of heart there instead of
right.
being jealous or envious of one another and try to create more with one another.
Hmm.
I think we would be such a strong, united race.
Right, because we are strong.
It's how, you
Us,
know,
we strong. We fight for everything. We go through things, and we
right,
come back out of these things. Like we down for a minute, but we always find a way to get back up.
right,
Especially us in New Orleans. Like, oh man, we go through a lot here,
right.
and we get back up, and I don't think it did it take us. I don't think it took us 6 years to get back together from Katrina.
I think we still, it's still a rebuilding part because I think some parts of the East are still, needing to be, you know, rebuilt.
But it's
You know,
not bad though. So where
no,
we
it's not, but I think they still, I think some things that were there once before, you know, it's taking time to come back. You know, rerouting traffic in the East could be a thing
especially down Chop too.
because that's ridiculous. The traffic is.
That chopper too. That's
Yes.
man, those 18 wheelers like
Um. It take. It took me having doctor at a children's hospital, and we got the chocolate tulips at 10 o'clock. His doctor's appointment was at 10:45. When I said we made it to the hospital at 10:45, it
oh
was
no.
ridiculous. Like, oh my, like,
And those 18 wheelers are flying down the street. They just
yes.
and when they make that turn, oh my god.
They're doing that 35 miles an hour, but I'm like, oh, y'all,
I
y'all are
mean
moving.
it's just you know, I think it's about us sticking together. And like
It
you
is
said, some of us just want to connive each other, and it's really not even much about that because we all can help one another and support one another no matter what's going on. That's what we should do
right. You
because
know what? I don't care if. me and you have a cake business side by side, and why is it that I can't support you and we support
Right. We support each other. Your
you know?
cake might be a little good better than mine. I might want some of your cake.
Well, it's not that, but we may not do the same thing, you know,
And then
like
we all are unique. We all are unique
right,
people. We different. Like I'm not gonna operate. If we operate like each other, oh baby, we'll be in trouble. Because some of us is crazy.
right, you know, like me. But you know, still, I I look at um I love cake.
I know.
I do. I love cake.
I know.
Um,
I think
it
you love
is.
banana pudding too.
I do. I do. I love to cook, and right now, by me, being sick, it's like there's not a lot that I can actually do, and I did, you know, like try. Um, my mom did a lot of the work, and
And
I
that cake you
get
sent
so
me.
much. Yeah.
I think you do you use your bacon just to get away?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, um, when my grandma died, I had so much pain,
Okay.
you know, a lot of things I went through, and my grandmother was like my diary, you know. I
Right.
told her everything. Like my grandmother knew everything,
Right.
and
So it was like that diary was thrown in the fire furnace,
yeah, and
burnt up.
it, we for my grandmother's funeral in New Road, there's a sitting room where you can, you know, view the body and your family friends will come in and, you know, view the body. It's like there's about four bodies in this room, in this great room that we have at the funeral home. And I sit next to my grandmother and I talk to her, you know, and even though she didn't answer me, of course she didn't answer me.
I hope.
Yeah, you know, but um, I still sit there and I talk to her, you know. And it wasn't until like after her funeral I realized that she was dead. And it feels like that light has never come back. I will never get that light back. It's like it took it took a good piece of my heart when she left.
Hmm. And you use the cake bacon to fulfill that.
I did.
Hmm.
I was on a downward spiral
Hmm.
after, you know, like I didn't care about my relationship. I didn't care about my kids or really anything. You know, I wanted to be more with her, you
And
know.
you know what? That happens sometimes because I know me and my dad, we was pretty close. And that did like even though I still have my mom, but me and my dad more we close. But that dude that when reality did set in, I was heartbreaking because I lost my dad. And then we was always partners in crime. Like we did our stuff together.
Right.
And when you lose that part, it's hurtful. And I don't show my emotions a lot of time because and the reason why because my thing was that even with my dad, like when he passed away, I know he wasn't by himself. And that's where my inner peace came in that, he wasn't by himself. I was there. Like he
Mm-hmm.
wasn't alone. or
Mhm.
laid up in a hospital bed or anything by himself. And I think that's where my peace came in, that I knew where he was. He was with me. I was there, and he wasn't alone.
Mhm.
Because at first it was like I felt like crazy. Like people cry about, oh, I miss my dad. I miss my dad. I miss my mom. I miss this one. But I don't do that because because I accept that my dad is gone, and not only that, I had that closure because I was there
Right.
and I was able to
Mhm.
have that time.
I would say there isn't here. It took a lot of um prayer and
Hmm.
rehab and really um between my godmother and um Bishop Blake. Um, it was a long road to find like to get out of things that
That that's one. Hmm.
and um I I really thank God I'm here, now because I couldn't have been, you know, um, and the fact that I do have it, you know, um, I have my mom.
Yes.
Um, I would have left. My mom would have been destroyed. That would have destroyed her too,
Right. Really. Hmm.
and me, um, baking really just started. I end up baking cupcakes for him or something he had excluded. And
Hmm.
I just baked and baked because that's something that we did, together. Um, Give me one second. Hold on.